still working on those 3 events that I wanted to do this year in Chicago. But, I've said this before, publicly, that as much as you want to try to get sponsorship to help you with these, some people don't want to sponsor things like this. So,
right.
Trying to get everything, paid for by yourself, it's sometimes a struggle, but the more we do these and the more we're moving along, it'll happen. And now that I have help in Chicago and help in New York, it makes my job a lot easier. That I don't have to do everything. But, as Pam knows, we're working, on getting a certain person and their band to hopefully Chicago, the beginning of, maybe June.
Perfect. In the summer. Just what I like. I wish we had summer all year long, but that'd be great.
Well, we do in California. You're always welcome to come here.
Yeah. I need a bunk bed. You got a bunk bed or something?
No, I have an air mattress.
I'll be right there. Dawn, you can come with me. We can share.
That's fine. I won't bother you on the trip. I'll let you have your fun, and I'll be quiet all the way.
And let's not forget Jay. Of course, Jay, you can come too.
Jay can pick us up at the airport since he's already in California.
I know.
He can pick us up. There you go. We can always stay at Jay's place.
Hey, that too. That would be good.
But
open that door, Jay. We know you're home.
I know.
Well, I wanted to make one more last announcement.
Mm-hmm.
Like we did in Chicago when we had Celebrate Pine Valley and Celebrate Landview. Bren and I have decided to take Celebrate and turn it into an event series. So there will be a couple Celebrate parties next year of canceled soaps that we still love. We have a bunch of ideas, and so we want to celebrate the ones that are not only still here with us, but the ones that have gone off the airwaves. So that's another reason to sign up for our newsletter, as you'll find out, whether we're celebrating Sunset Beach or Corinth or Soho or Oakdale or Springfield. So, you never know what's going to happen.
That's wonderful. We got to keep them alive somehow, and people that, like ourselves, miss all those characters, and the people that, the actors, will be able to join with them again somehow, some way.
And
these,
and these events,
phenomenal.
I'm not just speaking for myself, but, and a lot of the other people who do soap events, these events will still happen as long as the fans still want them. When the fans stop wanting them is when they'll stop. So as long as there's still people who want to attend these events and see their favorite actors from their favorite soap operas, these events will still happening.
Great. Yeah, so make sure that if you're interested and you want this to continue, please buy your tickets, spread the news around, tell all your friends, family members, Facebook it, Twitter it, do whatever you have to do so they can continue to have these events for us.
And did anybody want to ask us any questions? I know a couple people in the chat were saying that they wanted to talk to us.
We can go ahead and bring on some people. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to bring on Dom as soon as my computer stops spinning. Dawn, you might want to click the button for me because I don't know what's wrong. It's
I got
spinning.
it. Dom, are you on the line?
Sure am.
Hey.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing?
Hi. Good. Did you want to ask Jason or Bren a question or just call in to say hi?
Well, actually, I did want to just call in and say congratulations to you, Pam, on getting a new show.
Thank you so much.
I'm just glad that after that bit of a rough patch that you're back on your feet.
Thank you.
And
we're moving forward and looking forward to greener pastures, so we're okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. And the other thing I wanted to do is just actually speak to Bren for a second, because this is a very interesting situation we find ourselves in. I have followed this woman on Twitter for the better part of a year now, and we have had all sorts of conversations, but this is the first time I've actually had to say anything to her face-to-face, so to speak.
Okay. You listening, Bren?
Yes.
Are you ready? Go ahead, Dom.
Well, put me on blast, why don't you? I just wanted to just say I think you're an awesome person, and I am happy with everything that you're doing, and I just wanted to, tell you face to face that there's a reason why they call you Rad.
Thank you.
Yeah, I almost thought it was going to be a marriage proposal.
Oh, fuck, this is going to go to her head.
I don't think so. I don't see that happening for some particular reason. She and I have actually, it was a certain lady by the name of Eden Regal. Our love for her kind of brought us in on Twitter, and we've been friends ever since.
Yeah, Eden has that way with people. She brings people together.
Yeah, and it's because of that I was able to follow Bren and all the things she does, and also managed to pick up some lovely All My Children memorabilia because of it. So it's been pretty good.
Yes, Dom is very, very good at All My Children trivia.
Let me explain. Every so often she has another Twitter account called All My Lesbians, and every so often, whenever they hit a certain number of followers, she throws out some trivia questions to win the prizes. And I've been lucky enough to get from her an Imaginary Bitches DVD, an autographed picture of both Eden Regal and Christina Lind, some buttons, some other things, and the coolest thing was a $50 donation to It Gets Better.
Ah, that's wonderful.
Yeah, and every time I come out with a winning, every time I answer all the questions, every single person who plays along, and we have a lot of friends there. Every single one is like, this boy, how does he do it? How? And it gets to a point where she called me Icarus because I bragged, and sure enough, and that the next time they had trivia, the wings melted, and I didn't know a single one.
Oh, but tell them what happened the last time we played Icarus. Did you get any correct, or did the Rad one stoop you?
If I remember correctly, the very last time she did it was to commemorate the anniversary of the day Bianca and Marissa made love on camera, which means that for 11 years Bianca finally got some. Every single question, I was busy babysitting my niece and nephew, but every question without fail, I didn't know the answer of. But see, sometimes she's pretty good at what she does. I don't want to take too much time here because I know you want to get on the calls and stuff, but she's pretty good with the material she throws out. There was one that something involving Sarah Glendeling co-starring in a pilot with somebody from Glee. So now that's some obscure stuff, and I was able to hit it, and everyone was like, "How does he do it? How does he do it?"
Well, I know I wouldn't go up against you, Dom. As many years as I watch the soaps, I don't know how you remember everything like that. You're so detailed, and you would win against me every time.
Well, it's most. I should tell you, I have a form of autism called Asperger's syndrome, and it allows me to be able to. One of the side, I don't want to call it a side effect, but one of the things of it is that it allows me to pick up information and pick up knowledge a lot faster than a quote unquote normal person. I became a fan of everybody who knows my story knows I became a fan of All My Children the day the show ended. Kind of dubious.
Yeah.
But from there, I was able to go onto YouTube and just pick up some material, and then I saw some of Eden Regal's stuff, and I fell in love with her. Her acting, her chemistry with Elizabeth Hendrickson was amazing. And then from there, I came across Miss Bren on Twitter, and that's where we are.
Wonderful story. And you know what? What you have there is a bonus. It's definitely something that you should be proud of having.
I am. And All My Children brought me back to the dance, but it was actually Guiding Light that led me onto the floor. The Otalia storyline was what drew me to it. So I became a fan of the show of that, and then I kind of stepped back a bit, and then AMC was wrapping up, and was kind of curious about it. Went on Twitter, came across some of Eden's material, and I just fell in love from there.
And we all have fallen in love with a couple or a storyline, but you all have to remember that you have to watch the whole show and not just them if you're unhappy with that, because that's what gets soaps canceled.
Yes. There's a certain section of a certain fan base of a certain show that's still on the air that really needs to have that bashed into their heads.
I think we've all said it enough, and the people that are going to do it, and the ones that aren't, well, c'est la vie. It's their fault when it gets, canceled out. So we're going to go ahead and
I'm going to go ahead now. But I just wanted to say again to you, Pam, congratulations on the show, and to Mr. Spitzer and Ms. Bren, congratulations and big ups and everything you're doing. And God hoping one of these days, in some time in my lifetime, I can afford to make the trip out to L.A. or New York or whatever, and actually join one of these things. So take care of everyone. Take care of all yourselves, and good night, all.
Thank you so much, Dom. Take
good
care.
Night, Dom. Nice to meet you.
Okay, and I think we had another caller that wanted to say something.
Yes, we've got Dave on the line.
Hi, Pam. It's Dave Cable 1. You told me to call in, so I'm calling in. And I thank you for all the Follow Fridays.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I appreciate all of my Twitter friends and everybody that supports me in my new show.
Yes, congratulations on the new show.
Thank you. Thank
and,
you.
You know, when you said you had a new show and Robin Strasser was going to be on, well, there's two big reasons for me to call in. You know, and if I didn't realize she was only on for 15 minutes, but I held on to talk to you because if I were to ask Robin a question, it would be, what's new this week, because of the hotline that has not been on the air for years. And I miss that. I met her, like I said, I met her several times, but it's, you know, I get used to talking to her every week, you know, or listening to her every week.
Right.
But and maybe now I will be listening to you every week, or whenever else you have events. And
thank you.
I think that's wonderful. So, were you a fan of the hotline?
Yes. Yes. Jason and Bren, did you ever listen to that, or Jay?
Oh, always.
I have not. I have not listened to that, so I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. Oh, well, it was
down,
but there was probably about a month or so ago that she said it was back up, and unfortunately I don't have the number in front of me because I called at that moment, and I listened to her, and it was just great hearing her voice, even if she was just talking in general about things. But
Pam,
she's so funny.
You did say that you thought it was back up, and, you know, I have the number in my old phone, and I can post it on Twitter.
Oh, that would be great.
And, you know, I asked her, I call make sure it's the same number because she'd canceled it in the past and whatever, but anyway, I love your show, and I had also checked out Soap Socialites. I think, Jason, you posted something on Twitter or someplace that made me look it up, and I don't live in the Los Angeles area, or I would go to the Martin family thing, and I used to live in New York State, and going, you know, it was a drive to go to New York City, but now I'm in North Carolina, so and I've been to a couple events in New York since, but you know, I have to budget and plan for that and get a dog sitter and whatever. But I would love to, you know, attend an event because it's been too long since I've been to one.
Well, and that's why we want to announce some of these early enough so if people do want to attend and they're from out of town, it'll give them enough time to make, you know, arrangements to take care of whatever and to get there and be able to have a great day with, you know, your favorites from either you know, One Life to Live, All My Children, Guiding Light, whichever.
I appreciate that, and I love Eileen Kristen. I met her at Guthrie Breyer's first concert event. Well, it was the first time singing in front of a band, which was in New York City the day after the One Life to Live luncheon several years ago, and I adore her, and I adore almost. I'm an ABC soap fan, although I, you know, loosely follow Days of Our Lives, and I am enough of a soap fan from reading the magazines and Twitter and this and that that I'm a little bit aware of what's going on in the other shows, and I swear I've had more followers from Young and the Restless than anything else on Twitter, you know, because when I say, hey, if you're a friend of Catherine Hickland, you're a friend of mine. Oh, Melody Thomas Scott added me, or